Hi, everybody. This is Tom from Sweet Engine, and I am here today to talk to you about our RPM unit planned maintenance functionality. Taking a look at the unit card, you'll notice I have an option to select planned maintenance. This is where you can set up all the different maintenance that would be required to be done on a planned basis for this specific unit. So, looking at my screen, you can see that I have three different types of planned maintenances that are defined for this unit. The first one here you'll notice has a PM work code of a hydraulic. Okay, let's take a deeper look at the card of this particular planned maintenance record itself. So when I look at this card, you'll see I've identified this as a hydraulic flush. Okay, this is going to be performed right on a planned maintenance basis. So you can specify the default service type as PM. And we're going to do this every 6 months or 500 hours. So our PM service code represents the cadence by which we're going to do this maintenance. If I look at the details of that, you can see that this 6-month, 500-hour service, I've identified my unit of measure as hour. The date recurrence is every 6 months, and my reading recurrence is every 500 hours. So this gives you the ability to identify that cadence and assign it to that planned maintenance record. And then lastly, on this particular record, you can also see that we've identified all the parts and labor and charges and so forth that would go into this. So this particular one, we're going to use hydraulic fluid to handle this. We're going to, that's going to end up being, 1 gallon of that, let's say here. And then, of course, a technician's time. The labor line of this is going to take them 2 hours to do it. And they used a work type code. Work type codes in our system allow you to identify whether something is internal, whether it be a regular charge to somebody, overtime charge, et cetera. And that's for our labor lines. So looking at that hydraulic flush, now when we look at the schedule for this, based on the start date of this particular one, as well as the base reading, the system is going to calculate out the maintenance schedule when it needs to get done. Also, when maintenance has been performed, we are going to stamp that work order for that particular line, so you have quick access to get back to that work order if needed. And then, of course, it shows you those lines below. Now, each one of these records for planned maintenance can have its own different schedule. So this is just a 6-month, right? Didn't have anything to do with your hourly readings. It's just a 6-month. We're going to service the lower crane on this particular one. So this will also identify those work orders. And then, of course, based on that PM record card there that I showed you earlier, it'll default in the different items and resources that are required. And then lastly, if we look at the oil change, this is on a 3-month, 500-hour basis, and that goes ahead and defaults in the schedule based off of that. So I hope you enjoyed this video on our planned maintenance capabilities. Please check out some of our other videos, and I hope you guys have a great day.